Yo, you're here with me, Mr. DLR, and I'm going to take you through a quick process of how I'm going to warm up some of these basses that I've made for you as part of my first solo pack on my Labsamples label, which is now available from my website labsamples.co.uk. It's going to be the first in a series of loads of packs which are all broken down into useful tools rather than loops, so we're looking at single hits. I'm going to show you, what I'm going to do to these pre-processed bass that I've already made for you guys, just to warm them up and make them, that little bit more exciting. Because I don't know, for me, it's never enough. I always want to see what I can do, how I can use things, what I can do to make things better. I personally think that all the tools inside the box, inside the computer, are really, really, really handy, really useful. They do incredible jobs. But what I'd like to look at is how I use some choice bits of analog gear just to warm up the sound that little bit more and just bring it back to life, especially when they've been so limited and squished and clipped and compressed and just ragged all over the shop. To be fair, I'm going to rag them even more, but using this analog gear with some nice reverb, a bit of delay, and just that signal path really helps to bring them back to life. So just have a quick look at the sounds without the processing. So they're pretty cool, but let's just straight away have a listen to this one with the processing. You can hear that nice delay tail in there as well. It just sounds a little bit flat and a little bit stale, and this just helps to bring all of these basses back to life. So I'm just going to, at this point after the video, record all these basses back through, chop them all up, all ready to go for you guys. But right now we're just going to have a little playthrough and just hear what these basses sound. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you guys agree that that is a little bit more exciting than where we were at before. And just in case you're wondering what the few plugins along the bottom in Ableton were, first off is the external audio effect, which basically routes a signal out of the computer via your sound card to wherever you want it to go and then back in, which that means that you can then place that in that stage in the chain and then put other plugins after that. So I've used after that point a UAD Little Labs Voice of God, which is really helpful when you're really pushing a sound and really dragging all the harmonics out of it and all the high end. It's sometimes nice just to add that low end back in again. Either that or don't distort the whole signal, just try and distort the tops and leave that lower end a bit more raw so you still get that lower beef, because else you'll find that when you push and saturate a signal it starts to lose a lot of its low sort of 40 hertz thickness, and that little labs really helps to bring that back in. Then there's an Ozone 6 imager, just because this is a mono signal that I'm running through, so I wanted to make it stereo again. I have actually got a Tau. It's just a bit messy here, but I've got a Tau chorus on the send, and a Pro Q cutting off the bottoms, and that's just helping again to thicken the tops, add a little bit more movement into the signal. And then on the master output, just really simply, I've got this Ozone maximizer. This is from the Ozone 6 Advanced series. That's on transparent, just because with bass, it's less about or sometimes, obviously you have a lot of transient in a bass, but often, you almost want to round that transient off. It can be handy, and you wouldn't really find me in drum and bass using a real transparent limiting effect on a drum, but unless I wanted that sound, because it's really going to round the sound. But with this, it's all about the control and making sure that it doesn't sort of clip too harsh, and that can sort of be quite unpleasant to the ear. So anyway, yeah, you can get this pack very soon as part of the new Labsamples relaunch at labsamples.co.uk. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. There's going to be many more. Big up and peace out to you, my friends.